It's just a big decision. I don't know how big it is for me because I can't catch them on the dad blame thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wish it'd go away.
Hit it in.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new After the Podcast, as like I likes to say.
Good job, man. You got it right.
You got to do this every time.
No, it's this.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. I knew he was doing something with his hands. Every time he says it, he does that. So we thought that we'd kind of, our After the Cast episode is, a lot of behind the scenes, but, there's a lot of stories that I think we've had through our careers that I think I love hearing them from you guys. Like, they're awesome. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to share them with the fans. So, I don't know. It was your idea to do this.
It actually was Andy's idea. He's real thrilled about it.
He's not excited tonight. So he'll get
It's been a very tough week, but we'll get through it. But Ed has a voice for radio, and I'll leave it at that. And that's the reason he opened. He had a really good opening. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Well, I wasn't done, but okay.
Okay, we go back.
So anyway, we're going to talk about after the podcast. So it'll be kind of fun throughout the season to be able to. Oh yeah, that's right. It's like this.
What is that?
They're parentheses. Like, this is quotations. This is parentheses.
All right. So it's going to be fun. If we can stay on track, we have no idea how long these are going to be. But we kind of brainstormed a little bit. I think something interesting to talk about. There's two things. This season's brand new.
Yeah.
With 2 days of practice, an off day, 65 guys fishing one day. A lot of stuff's changed. We're pound 8 minimum at this body of water. But the biggest thing is our forward-facing sonar, we are now limited to one period.
Correct.
We have a huge fan base out there that don't like it, that don't want it. So you're going to be able to see us fish 2 periods without it and fish 1 period with it. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot to talk about just in that in general.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
You started.
Okay. Yeah, no, it is. I think there's so much thought process. And we don't, in any of these podcasts that we do, we don't want this to be like just a hardcore tournament, preview. That's not kind of what our idea, we want to talk about some topics, and this is certainly one it is relative to this tournament, but it's relative to our whole season. And, after having practiced for a couple of days, thinking with all this in mind, like, I thought I would be like, okay, yeah, I know exactly how this is going to go the whole season. I'm more confused now than ever. It really is such a big decision, and probably more so. It will be more so in some events.
Yeah, it's more so here. It's going to be a lot in the season, but it's a monster decision this week. It's a monster decision because 80% of the bass are going to be caught off forward-facing sonar, maybe 90%.
Yeah. You think through the schedule though? Murray will probably, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to use it at Murray.
You look at some of the events on the schedule, it's going to be a big player. So do you not want to use it right off the bat and feel like you're going to be behind the 8 ball?
Right.
You guys got to realize we hadn't even started. Thursday's our first day, so we don't know what's going to happen either. So I thought coming into it, first period only, go get out of the gates, catch fish. Mm-hmm. But now with the water really cold and really cloudy and fish really not biting good till the afternoon, I don't know if that's the right decision.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but then the other side of that, people all in your stuff, and they get to keep reeling them in, and you're sitting over there just chunking and winding, praying.
So we can't stop in the middle of the period and say you got to declare before you even start, and that's the reason it's such a big decision. It's just a big decision. I don't know how big it is for me because I can't catch them on the dad blame thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wish it'd go away. But I understand it's a place and there's people really good at it and blah, blah, blah. But I've had to listen to these two jokers talk about it. And it's, they're weighing in like Ed said, Edwin, I'm going to be proper on the podcast. Like Edwin said,
Does that mean
coming into it, we all thought probably the same thing. We had an idea, well, I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way. But then you get here, and I think the first practice, you realize just how many factors there are. There's fishing pressure, There's weather. I don't think anybody
The wind,
factored-
the rain.
Yeah, but you didn't. When you said I'm gonna get it over the first period, you didn't factor in the weather. It could be blowing in the morning, and it looks like it may calm down. Could be raining in the afternoon, but it could be calm. So it's like there's just too many factors, man. There's just too many factors.
And you think if you start your day with it, you're at least going to see where the fish have moved. We're going to have an off day.
Right.
So has the water warmed or cooled? Have they moved up in the column deeper, whatever it is?
Which we can use during our ride through. So that 30-minute ride around time, you can't, but if you get to lines in and it's on and not locked up,
That's your period.
that's your period. So you can use it during the ride through. It's a lot. It's a lot, man.
If you're not using it, you're going to sit there. I guess, do you think you can, will we know if Octofo's lighting them up, Andrew?
No.
Will we know if he's using it?
No, look, the only thing we know is this thing has haunted Andy Montgomery for 2 years.
No, I'm just saying.
And it went to another level, because now you got to figure out when you're going to use the dang thing.
It's not just to flip it on anytime.
Yeah, but no, Art could tell us before. He can say before the event, I plan on using the third period, but what's to say he gets out there and looks around in his ride-through and goes to using it? You won't be able to know.
So our boat official can't say Ott's using it or not using it.
And you can't look at.
You can't look at anything. You can only look at Score Tracker on your iPad. You can't look at your phone, because the phone will show. You can only use the boat official's iPad. So no, you will not know, even though at this event especially, because it's going to fish so small, you're going to see people doing it.
So did we ever get the rule passed where we just know the weights and not the name?
No.
How come?
It would be a totally different system in the Score Tracker.
Okay.
So that's why. But no, and looking throughout the season, we do expect this event to probably be the most affected.
Yeah, for sure.
Because two factors. The fishing's so hard.
It's too hard to get a bite just fishing.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard.
But I guess that's probably the single biggest factor, truthfully.
Yeah, that's the single biggest factor.
I think weather in some events later in the year, maybe with wind or something.
Maybe, but even at Murray, you're going to be able to catch a fish without the dang thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just magnified here because it's such a dominant pattern. And when it's such dominant pattern, then you overanalyze everything. You overstress about, when to use it.
You know what's funny is if we were at Del Holler right now, you could catch more fish doing other things than you could here right now.
For sure.
Really?
Yeah, because you catch them cranking or just throwing a little swim bait around. Like you could catch fish.
These is Florida bass. They don't like this cold weather. Neither do me.
And this lake doesn't set up good for wintertime fishing, which is what we're doing. This is wintertime fishing.
Yep.
That's what we've got going on right here.
The easiest way to catch them is in the back of something, and that's not really.
They're just not there. So for you guys that don't know, they had record snowfall here. There's still a snowman here when we got here.
Real?
Yeah. Not here, but at a house I drove by.
Wow.
Still saw the snowman.
That's at Walmart. There was still some little piles of snow.
Wow.
Pushed up at Walmart.
So it was really cold, and South Texas doesn't see snow.
No, not here. Not down here this close to Houston. So, I think, I don't know what else to say about the forward-facing one period deal other than it's just so many other factors than we previously even imagined.
So if you're down, let's say you're down 20 pounds at the end of the first period, and you in your mind you are going to use it the final period, are you going to wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I absolutely will, because I would bet you.
So let's.
I bet you not 8 people. I bet you not 6 people, not 10% of the field use it in the second period. They're either going to start with it or end with it. There will not be 10% of the field use it in the second period.
I would have to say 90% of the field will use it first period.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I got a question. Should we be allowed to pick our period, or should it just been like everybody do it the third period, straight across the board?
I think it's fun.
You think it's fun?
I think it's fun, but I wish it was the last period.
I agree, because my biggest concern is, and you mentioned it with the scoreless name, is
Right.
just being honest on the podcast.
It's a little short. You got them too far apart. Pod's only a 3
Yeah.
letter word.
There's some hole jumping goes on in Major
Right.
League Fishing, and this is going to take it to a whole nother level.
That's fact.
A whole nother level. And that's my biggest concern about being able to pick your period versus if everybody could have just said, let's go third period, first period, whatever it is, second period, this is the period you can forward face. Yep. Because somebody's going to catch them the first period. Somebody's going to see them catch them the first period.
That's why we got to get those names off that score.
And they're going to go out there and be like, well, I practiced here. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. All right. Somebody's going to see somebody catch them. And then somebody's going to go fishing there and truly, they practice there. Truly, that's where they're planning on going. They've done declared, I can't forward face sonar. There's no way I can go out there until it's my time. And it's going to be the appearance, which is worse than actual hole jumping, is the appearance of hole jumping when you absolutely didn't do it. That's my biggest concern with picking the periods. I think it's going to be a problem this year. It's not probably, I mean, I don't know how much they'll relay that to the, I don't know, some people get mad and throw up dukes and stuff. But I think internally with
the best thing so far.
How's that again?
You know why you put the left one up before the right one?
Jab's quicker than a big old roundhouse.
Is it? Yeah, but my right's dangerous. It's dangerous. But I mean, that's a major concern of mine. It's like it's just gonna be the appearance of it.
I never even considered that part of it.
Oh, it's huge. It's gonna be
because I mean, yeah. And to your point, this one fishing small.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see them wreck them.
Yeah.
And you know, the 75% of the guys are gonna already plan the fish where they watching somebody wreck them. Mm-hmm. It's just, and then you're gonna go out there.
And then roles are gonna reverse. And then,
yeah.
They're gonna say, oh, you only.
The number one question on tour this year was gonna be, did you practice there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because to Andy's
all
point,
that drama. That just is.
Because to
I hate
Andy's
it too,
point,
but
you can't defend it.
No.
Because I mean, you literally can't. I mean, you could stay out there, but what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna troll around, and I mean, you're never gonna be effective. So it's not like you're only trying to play defense.
Look, why are you breathing so
I
hard
just
for?
like, man, that's a whole nother can of worms.
I never even thought about that.
But
But my only thought with it, a different reason. My thought why it should have been set, and to me, I think the last period is when it should be set.
Agree.
Is because of the excitement that it makes.
Agree.
Because
it's going.
you know, I mean, it just.
Yeah, I hope it ain't a little confusing who's using it, who hadn't, who can, who can't, who's already burned theirs. You know, it just would have been everybody's fixing to go full bore in the third period.
is it going to look really bad if I've used mine? I didn't have any fish on my score tracker for that period.
Well, I'm a little more concerned about that happening to Big Drew than I am Edwin.
I could catch a lot of crappie and a lot of catfish.
I caught a white
hybrids.
bass.
Oh yeah.
Hybrids, white bass.
Was that a hybrid or I caught a white bass?
Both.
I caught both.
Yeah.
Big ones. I mean, like nice ones.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, big fat white bass, and then you catch a hybrid like that every now and again too. Yeah.
Forward facing sonar, even when you put it try to make it even, try to satisfy both sides, it still makes you scratch your head.
That's for sure.
It just does, man.
For sure.
It's just, the industry's never seen anything like it. Yeah. They hadn't seen anything like it for, what, how long has it been out? 3 or 4 years? And now they ain't seen anything like a hybrid tournament from it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's about to be the first one. First
hybrid tournament.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. I wish we would have opened somewhere that it's not going to be as dominant as it is here.
And had they not had that crap.
Yeah, if they wouldn't have that crazy
We'd have
cold.
had 58, 60 degree water.
Yeah, you can catch some, but it's just going to be the dominant pattern. I think the events where it plays, but it's not like the dominant pattern, where you can still catch a fish without the thing. It's going to be really, really good events because you're going to see guys then Like, so we're sitting here wondering when we're going to use it, right? What period we're going to use it. That's all the worry we got. Well, I'm going to give you another worry that's going to happen. Do you even use it or not?
Yeah, because
Can I save it for the next event?
Yeah, well, I'm
Follow it
just
up.
saying, here you
Right.
know you're going to use the thing. You have to. You have zero choice. Well, let's say Lake Murray, you say, I'm going to save it to a third period. And you're in the cut by 10 pounds. Do you just abandon ship and go?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And go? You may went into that day saying, I'm going to use it third period.
And you're doing really well.
But you're doing well without the joker. Well, if you're doing really well, the decision is going to be easy. But what if you're up by just 4 or 5 pounds?
Yeah, because you don't know how the rest of the field is going to come up if they're using it, I guess.
Or if they've already used it and you're competing with them without it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to predict that cut weight. You know, at that second period and you're sitting there eating your sandwich.
Oh,
I ain't thought about
I
that
need
either.
7 or 10 pounds to make it or whatever your number is in your head. It could jump exponentially.
yeah, big time. It just depends. Yeah.
I just want to cry, man. I thought this was getting easier.
There's
It's just
smoke
getting
coming
hard.
out of everybody's ears
I
here.
want to cry. I swear I just seen one of them black hairs turn gray. One of the last remaining soldiers just went gray on you, buddy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you laughing at, Defoe? You're gray beard too.
Yeah, ain't much left.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
man.
gonna think you're well in the cut, and
So what other issues we gonna have? Wait a minute, it ain't issues.
Yeah.
What other?
Opportunities for
I wouldn't call them opportunities, buddy. They stress level decisions. Opportunity means like positive. But
no, yeah.
I mean here we're deciding what period we're gonna use it. There's gonna be events where we're gonna have to decide if we're gonna use it or not gonna use it. There's gonna be events when you're for sure you're gonna use it, and then you get out there and you think, maybe I need to just keep doing what I'm doing. There are going to be events when you think, I ain't using the dang thing, and then you getting your teeth kicked in and you go running around trying to use it.
That's I do think in some of those events when there's a little bit of it, and those ones like where it's 50-50, you can catch them with it, you can catch them without it. There'll be people who, whether it's they start, let's just say they start with it, be like, okay, I've got 2 patterns. I've got my scope pattern, and I've got my fishing pattern, you know, but I feel like my forward facing deal's better in the morning. They're going to go start with it. 30 minutes or an hour in the day, it's something, you know, the off day, weather change, wind, whatever, but they've already started. They're probably going to lock themselves in and say, I'm going to try to make it work because this is my chance to make it work. And then they're going to get 2 hours in and be like, I should have just went fishing. You know, to your point about whether I'm going to use it or not. Like I think there will be people who had a pretty decent a way to catch fish fishing.
Yeah.
But they start with it especially and be like, you know, I'm going to try to make it work for the whole 2.5 because I've got it. And now I've turned it on.
Well, it's my prayer that there's a pretty good way to catch them just fishing from here on out, because they dang sure ain't a good way to catch them here.
think about
the case in point, if the Toledo Bend tournament was in this format, obviously they would have smashed them any period of the day they wanted to do it, first, second, third. But you also could catch fish fishing.
Yeah.
And so it kind of lessens the blow a little bit, you know?
Yeah, Toledo Bend last year, I probably wouldn't even have thought about even using the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could, you know, the potential was there to have a decent tournament without using
you
it.
did.
I mean, I
Caught
made
him
a
on
top
a
corner.
buzzbait.
Yeah.
Take that, Scoper. The famous octafo line.
Yeah, but in that one, had it been only allowed one period, would I have tried to make it work for a period?
No.
And then you know?
No, you
don't
wouldn't.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all going to unfold as the year progresses and the next year progresses. We're going to see, you know, I think you'll see in the books, you know, the bookkeeping. There's no doubt the first, second, or third period over a 2-year period, you know, we're going to know, you know, going into this like 2 years from down the road, we'll know, man, you always do it the first period in the spring or do it last period in the spring or whatever.
I do. I think it'll be on Score Tracker, and for the people watching live, the second period will be the slowest of the day. I don't know about all year, but for sure in this tournament.
I could see the majority of the time it'd be the first or the third.
Yeah. And it usually, I mean, second period's usually the slowest, I think, of the day anyway, ain't it? Most time, because you ain't got the morning bite.
Think about Saginaw Bay. It was won 100% using it.
That's 5 fish, though.
Yeah.
That was 5 fish.
Okay.
Who won that?
Becker? Yeah. That was a different deal. That's 5 fish. Yeah. I think we're fishing there on a 2-pound minimum. I mean, maybe smallmouth will play, but I don't know. But yeah.
That's it. Forward-facing sonar. Our thoughts. We're tired of talking about forward-facing sonar.
We've got lots of thoughts.
I hope y'all enjoyed listening about forward-facing sonar, but it's just a new element this year.
Tell them how often we're going to do these, all that kind of good stuff, so that way they'll know what they're getting when they've watched this first one, if they made it this far. Since this was your idea on doing a podcast.
My idea.
I came up with the name. It was yours to do it.
We are going to do these, every week? No.
Every tournament.
Every tournament.
Yeah.
Try to do them. This one was more about forward-facing sonar, more event specific. The rest of them's going to be more career oriented.
time.
Yeah, stuff that's happened to us over our career. So,
Or just deep thoughts
Yeah.
about a bass. I got deep thoughts about bass, why they do certain things.
deep thoughts.
Yeah.
That's what we need to know. Would you rather hear deep thoughts about a bass with Edwin Evers?
Or story
Or would
time.
you like to know about the pink hotel room
That's right.
that me and Ott Defoe stayed in?
Our first time traveling.
And they had a bottle of wine
Champagne.
laid on both beds
A
when we walked up
heart-shaped
in
bed
there.
too, huh?
No, it wasn't no
heart-shaped
heart-shaped bed.
thankfully.
I almost thought about sleeping in the truck. Really did.
I want to hear about that one.
Oh,
Yeah. So let us know which one you want to hear.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share. Yeah, we got to do the podcast thing.
Yeah,
Thank
I want to
everybody that's
hear,
here.
like, it's
Like,
early.
Share, just go. I'm sorry.
It's early.
We're not good.
You guys tell us
podcasters.
when you think the period's going to happen. Like, is it going to be first, second, or third period? You know, as a fan, you guys sit back and get to watch all this stuff. You know, watch all the different tournament trails and how it unfolds, and you guys have experience too. So, do you think it's going to be the first period or the second or the third is going to be the predominant period, you know, at this event and the events to come? Be interesting to see what everybody says.
Yep. Tune back in. 2 weeks?
Yeah, just a couple weeks.
2 weeks, and you hear about the pink hotel room.
Or
And
deep thoughts. Or
Not-
both.
Not deep thoughts. Deep thoughts about a bass with Edwin Evers. We out.